Good morning from beautiful Chiang Mai.
Hi, I'm Josh, and I like to go slow, travel the long way. Because as you know, travelling on interesting things makes for interesting travel. I've had an absolute ball here in Chiang Mai, visiting all the temples and markets and everything else the city has to offer. In fact, there's so much culture and atmosphere here in Old City, they had to enclose it in a wall and surround it by a moat. I'm joking of course, but it's time for me to leave mountainous northern Thailand behind and head back to the capital, Bangkok. The station is located just a 15-minute drive from the old city, where you'll be greeted by a big green steam train out the front. Outside the station you'll find a restaurant and scooter rentals, and inside you'll be greeted by a ticket hall. This station fits quite well with the surrounding region, giving it a relaxing feel and atmosphere, which I quite like. Past the ticket hall there's a snack shop, as well as more places to eat. If that doesn't do anything for you, there's plenty of vending machines to choose from. Our train today is train number 14. It leaves at 5 PM, but is here waiting for us at the platform already. We don't need to wait long though, because we're allowed to board an hour before departure. I'm travelling today with SRT, otherwise known as the State Rail of Thailand, on a first class sleeper. This one is the old first class cabin. They've since introduced newer cabins to a lot of their routes. Our train is being hauled by this gorgeous looking diesel electric locomotive, named Ultraman. These Chinese built locos are newish to Thailand, having only been delivered in 2022. Our cabin is decked out in a nice brown and pink, with the seats converting into bunks for sleeping. Included in the cabin are a couple of bottles of water and a couple of bars of soap to accompany the sink. There's a personal light and a storage net at each bed, but the only power socket is above the door, so you need to leave your phone in a basket to charge. There's some controls here that don't work and a switch for the main light above, which is also where you'll find the broken air conditioner ducts. There's no climate controls on board, so not being able to close these means we may be into some Arctic conditions, despite the 30-degree heat outside. At the end of the cabin there's a small fold-out table that just clips open, and at the other end there's a window into the aisle, so make sure you close the curtain. The door lock is quite secure, with a deadbolt when locked on the inside. My compartment was already half converted into sleeping mode, so it wasn't comfortable to sit. After all of that, an hour has passed and we're about to depart. We've barely even left the station when the attendant came around and made up my bed for me. I would have liked to have had the seat made up until a little later in the journey, but it isn't a big issue. Okay, so some lady just come around with a dinner menu, which means I don't need to eat 2-minute noodles. happier when this nice lady knocked at my door and gave me a menu to choose from. The menu was pictures with Thai writing. I'm not entirely sure what I ordered, but it looks like some chicken, a couple of ball thingies, some rice, and an egg. There was also some pineapple, a salad, and a drink included. If you know what this is, please let me know in the comments. After I had finished eating, I had come to realise that we had stopped at Kan Tan for some time. Were we stopped for the local dog squad, or was it to find out why the chicken crossed the railroad? Unfortunately, this great mystery will remain unsolved, as a train arrived from the other direction, and an Olympic relay race ensued, as the baton was passed from the other train to ours. This means the track is clear and we're free to leave, and there's no one more excited that we're leaving than this kid. Our journey today takes us 650 kilometers south, from mountainous northern Thailand to the state capital Bangkok. I booked and paid for the whole cabin so I was able to film. The cost of my ticket cost me 1,946 Thai baht, or 83 Australian dollars, or 43 British pounds. You can just book the one bed and share with another person. The cost is pretty much half, with the lower bunk being slightly more expensive than the top bunk. I bought my ticket through 12Go, as it's quite simple to use. You can however pay a few dollars less if you want to book through the State Rail of Thailand website. We cruise through the lush green Thai countryside as the sun slowly sets, pulling into Lampang just on dusk. How cool is it being able to see into the signal box? Anyway, now it's dark, so I guess we can check out the rest of the train. There's only one first class sleeper on board. The next two cars are second class sleepers, with beds double stacked along each side of the carriage. There's also a dining car where you can sit and enjoy a hot meal. This is the same menu the lady brought to my cabin. Further down the train is second class seating. These seats are softer than the next car, which is third class seating. Both of these cars don't have air conditioning, so aren't recommended unless you aren't travelling far or are on a tight budget. It's also when I got back that I realised that my door had been somehow locked. I had to ask the attendant to come and unlock it for me. These cabins aren't lockable from the outside, but I must have had the latch up when I slammed the door shut. There is of course a toilet on board. It isn't that bad, especially compared to some that I've seen. The toilet does empty onto the track, so you get a nice, well, maybe not so nice breeze from there. There's also a shower in here, but there's only hooks and no wet locker, so I don't have much faith in my clothes not getting drenched. Instead, I opt to brush my teeth in a sink in my cabin, put on my jumper because it's freezing now, and try and get some sleep. Unfortunately I didn't sleep long, so I took a look out the window and see that we're stopping at the station before the one we're supposed to be, meaning we're a little late.
We're one station behind.
The attendant came along very early, seeing that I was awake and put the bed back into seat mode. So I sit and eat my bread roll I bought with me for breakfast and watch the scenery change as we head into Bangkok. This sleeper car is quite old and dated, but they're being replaced, which is a good thing. The newer cabins are great, possibly my favourite sleeper I've been on in Asia. It was nice to experience the old sleeper though. The amount of people who have travelled on these over the years. Young families, solo backpackers, there's a lot of memories. The memories will be better on a modern train though, so who are we kidding? The scenery is now a concrete jungle, which means we're now in Bangkok, a city I've come to love very much. And somehow we even managed to make up the time and arrive exactly on time into Krung Thep Aphiwat station, Bangkok's new central station, built at the spot formerly called Bang Su. Just follow the signs for connecting trains or head out the front to find a taxi. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please remember to like and subscribe. It means a lot. I'm off to explore Bangkok. Thanks for watching.